you're not trying to play perfect like you get, you know. I love today's modern musicians. They go, how many BPMs are we playing? Man, screw a BPM. A BPM, it should be how many BPMs, feeling per minute. You got to feel it, you got to taste it, you got to understand it in order to make it come out right. The only click in a blues band you hear is a click of somebody's pistol. Click. Mess up again. I will show you a click.
I never had a girl that makes me feel the way that you do. It's all right. Whenever I'm asked who makes my dreams real, I say that you do. You're out of sight. So be 5, 4, bum. Look out, baby, 'cause here I come. I'm bringing you a love that's true, so get ready. Get ready. And I hope you love me too, so get ready. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. On my way. Get ready, 'cause here I come. If you wanna play hide and seek with my love, let me remind you, it's alright. But the loving you're gonna miss in the time it takes to find you, it's out of sight. So twiddly-dee, twiddly-dum. Look out, baby, 'cause here I come. I'm bringing you a love that's true, so get ready. Get ready. I'm gonna try to make you love me too, so get ready. Get ready, 'cause here I come. Get ready, 'cause here I come. On my way, baby. Get ready, 'cause here I come. I'm bringing you a love that's true, so get ready. Get ready. And I hope you love me too, so get ready. Get ready. Here I come. Here I come. On my way, baby. Here I come. Get ready, baby. Here I come. Well, stop running away, girl. You can't get away from me. Get ready, baby. Oh, here I come, girl.
Well done, man.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Hey, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm sitting beside the man, Tony Coleman. What a monster.
Thank you. It's great to be here with y'all, man.
Yeah. This has
I've been
a
watching Drumeo forever, and now I'm here. I am.
Now you're here. this is a lesson that's been long in the works. Actually, in NAM, we first met, and Tony came up to me and says, "Hey, man, I want to come on your," because we had a live set there at NAM show. He says, "I want to come on your show there and tell everyone or teach everyone the real way to play the blues."
That's right.
I'm like, absolutely, man. So after all that, we invited him out. Now you're here at Drumeo. I'm so pumped you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, if you don't know who Tony is, I mean, you've got to check him out. He is played with, I think, almost every blues artist there is.
Yes.
Most notable would be B.B. King. You played with B.B. King for how many years
Over
now?
30 years.
Crazy.
Yeah, man.
He must have taught you so much.
Yeah, I've been like everywhere in the world. B.B. taught me everything about being focused and not wavering and concentrating on nothing but what you're supposed to be doing up here, not what's going on out there.
Yeah.
We're supposed to project to make the people feel good. That was BB's whole thing.
Totally. I mean, if you think about just the legacy BB has and how many years you played with him, I mean, you're the guy to teach the real way to play the blues, in my opinion, at least.
Well, I agree, because everything that I'm going to be sharing with people is what BB asked me to do, what Bobby Blue Bland asked me to do, what Albert King, and so on and so on and so on. You know, what they liked.
No doubt. And this is not, you're not just the blues drummer necessarily. You've also played with country acts, Jamie Johnson, Willie Nelson.
Yeah. And working with Jamie Johnson was phenomenal for me after BB passed, and Willie Nelson introduced me to Jamie Johnson, and Jamie said, "Hey, you know, give me your number and I'll call you." And I said, "Really? Okay." Gave him my number. Next thing I know, about 3 days later, Jamie Johnson. I said, "Man, I don't know you. I don't know your music." He said, "Well, you know Willie Nelson and you play with B.B. King, I think you'll be all right."
Yeah, you're all right for me. You're also the author of Authentic Blues Drumming, a great book. That's why we call it the lesson, Authentic Blues Drumming. If you haven't checked it out, you should. Okay. But if you're a Drumeo Edge member, nothing to worry about, because we're filming a whole course basically updating this product.
Yes.
We're completely revamping it, and you're going to get video lessons from everything from the Texas Shuffle, the double shuffle, slow blues, you name it. Whatever's on this book, blues funk, it's going to be great. So if you're a Drumeo Edge member, if you're watching this and you're not a Drumeo Edge member and you enjoy Tony's playing, go to drumeo.com/trial, and because you're going to get a lot of great content. We filmed all day today, which is awesome.
It's been a lot of fun, man.
And that song you just played in the beginning, it's called Get Ready. That's from the Tony Coleman Band. And that's actually, it sounds like a cover, like a Temptations song.
That's the Temptations, Get Ready. But actually, Peter, the drummer that was with Rare Earth, did it a different way than they did it. And I like the way he did it. And now I'm doing a blues way, my way, from a Smokey Robinson song,
that's
a
so
Motown
cool.
song. You know, I wanted to put some blues in it.
Yeah.
But basically, everything that came out of Motown had blues in it anyways.
Yeah.
But I just put a little extra blues in it.
Oh, I love it. That song, plus a couple others from the Tony Coleman Band's albums, are going to be available for Drumeo Edge members as play-along. So if you like that, head on over to Drumeo. Huge thanks, obviously, to Mapex, to Sabian, Remo, Audix. You brought your own mics for this, which is great. Yeah, man, and thank you to Audix for supplying me with all these great microphones. It helped me sound good, you know? Yeah, and Mapex Canada has always been great with us. Huge thanks to Dave Lawrence. Vader Sticks, too. Vader Sticks and JH Audio. Yeah, your in-ears that have Tony TC on them. I was just looking at that. Oh, did you? Anyway, so the lesson isn't just about how to play a certain blues beat. It's how to really play blues authentically. Yeah. Yeah. The real way to play. The real way. Because you told me at now, you said there's a lot of people that don't play the blues right. What do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, it's like, and you know, I always use analogies. Cut me off if I get the mumbling too much. That's okay, man. But it's like if someone teach you how to make gumbo, or you read the book on how to make gumbo, and you go by the book, you see what the person that gave you the ingredients didn't tell you about the love in it, the time in it, how you feel about it. You got to put the love and the passion in it, and you got to know it. You got to feel it. You got to taste it. You got to understand it in order to make it come out right. So it's just, music is the same way, or anything else. That until you learn it, and until somebody who do that well tell you, you got it, you graduated, then you do it right. So what happens with a lot of guys when it comes to shuffles, they just do the basic shuffle, and it's nothing there. It's just plain and kind of plain with no flavor. So that's what I want to
teach how to put the flavor, we can do that.
We're going to do that today. Before we do, one more
Yeah.
song. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
This is one of my favorites from his last album, and it's called the Tony Coleman TC Shuffle. It's an awesome track, and play us with it, man. Ready to teach us the real way to do that?
I am.
Yeah, I'll let you catch your breath. There is sheet music to this. You can download it if you want. I don't think it's really important though, because it's not really about the sheet music here.
Well, The music, when you look at it, is supposed to be the map, the road map.
Yeah.
But how you get there is the most important part. A lot of people can drive, but a lot of people get in accidents. And I don't want to ride with somebody that's going to that's going to wreck. So
Brilliant.
basically,
Yeah.
you got to know what to do when it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And that's where the feeling comes in, to make it become yours. You know?
Right. So let's get into it.
Okay.
Basic shuffle, man. For those who never heard of basic shuffle, teach that.
Okay,
for
the
us.
basic shuffle is very simple. It's just 4 on the floor. Pick your tempo. Let's just pick a moderate tempo. That's the basic shuffle.
Okay.
Now, that type of shuffle is a shuffle if you're playing with an old school, laid back shuffle blues, harmonica, some slide, bottleneck, acoustic type situation where you don't have to be too loud and too powerful. You just have to shuffle consistently. Just. Simple. Now, if you just play like that and don't put anything into it, which means you don't put any feels or anything into that, it's going to be very boring. People are like, come on, drummer, even if you just got to play a simple shuffle, you're like, well, what am I going to do? Well, put something into it, a little more oomph in it, without even being strong, just like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how you spice up a basic shuffle.
I love that. What I wanted to point out there too is you played a basic 12-bar pattern there.
Yes, I did.
So you're singing.
Oh, yeah,
blues
yeah.
in your head while you're playing.
Oh, yes.
You might not have caught that, but I mean, even the flow and where you went, when you put those little building tension in there and
Yes.
all that.
Those are, you're not trying to play perfect like you get, you know. I love today's modern musicians. They go, how many BPMs are we playing? Man, screw a BPM. A BPM, it should be how many BPMs, feeling per minute, not beats per minute. If you're sitting there thinking about, if you're sitting there thinking about beats per minute, you can't play with any feeling because you're worried about, am I playing the right BPMs? Just play with the feeling. You breathe it.
So did you play with Click anytime when you're on tour with BB or with any of these artists?
Yeah, the only click in a blues band you hear is a click of somebody's pistol. Click. Mess up again. I will show you a click. Pop! That's a click you would hear in a blues, man.
Yes, I love it.
I don't know nothing about no clicks, man.
It's all feel.
I wish I would have said this statement, but the best statement I heard about someone asked about somebody playing with a click track, if I'm not mistaken, it was Steve Cropper. Steve Cropper said, yeah, I played with a click. His name was Al Jackson. I love that. I wish I would have thought of that.
That's great.
No, I am the click.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people, they get on stage and they're too concerned about being perfect with the perfect click. And where I came from growing up, you know, you go in the studio and you have to play perfect and make sure everything is great so it don't sound goofy. But when you get on stage, now put something in it, make the audience happy. You know, I don't think people really want to just hear you play exactly like the record.
Right.
Me personally, I don't think.
Yeah.
They want to hear some, at least in black culture, they want to hear some, see some movement, some feel. You can't see and hear that. See, just doing that, that's better than just going.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. So the first example, you just kept it fairly straight.
Right.
And then you added some different feel to it.
Yes.
So just adding some extra triplets to that. I saw you played some extra bass drum notes in there too.
Yes.
And you're singing the 12-bar blues pattern.
Yes, I'm feeling what's happening. I'm feeling it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm making sure that the space is there.
Well, one of your best quotes is if I'm thinking, I'm not playing.
If I'm thinking, I'm not playing.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Everybody else is playing. The horn players are playing. The guitar players bending and squeezing, and you're thinking. You can't enjoy that.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So when you go to the next step, the double shuffle.
The double shuffle. Yeah. Now, we take that shuffle, and this is another thing that I say, I want to teach people how to play the shuffle the correct way, the way all of the great blues musicians that I work with like it to happen. Bobby Blue Bland was really the one that taught me where he wanted that shuffle feel to be, because Jabbo Starks was playing on his records, and Jabbo came from down in Mobile, Alabama, and he had that feeling, that what we call sanctified feeling from the church, from the black church. If anybody out there, you go to a black church, you're gonna get some feeling. You're not gonna be sitting in there all angelical.
Yeah.
You're gonna be shouting, Lord! Wow! You gotta have some feeling, man. Get to me, touch me, grab me, shake me. So, Bobby Bland liked the shuffle to be a double shuffle. So if you would play a double shuffle like this, same thing on the kick drum. Start off 4/4. Now, I need that kick to move me, because that 4/4 is killing me, so you got to. Now check this out. When I stop doing the double on the floors, hear and feel the difference. Double. 2, 3, 4. March to the rear. March. Now, with that double going on the snare, instead of, once the music, you're playing with a big band with a lot of horns or what have you, when you playing the double, where is the 2 and 4? I don't feel the 2 and 4 anymore. So you got to play this double shuffle and snap on the 2 and the 4, so everybody will know where we are in the rhythm. So you got to play the snare, but you got to. I play with the butt end of my snare because I like to get that back beat.
Okay.
And if I do it on the front, it's just not as solid on the rim. So you don't hit in the center. You hit kind of like back from the center. Give it a feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what the groove is right there.
Yeah.
You gotta have some feeling, man. You can't just be, oh, I'm so cool. You know, if you, like I said, that's when you'll hear that click, pow, get off my stage. No, so basically, so if you got horn arrangements and you're supposed to play a shuffle, well, you got an accent with the horns to make it come alive. If the blunt. A minute.
A lot of the stuff you talked about, I mean, great feel.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff you talked about around that is listening.
Well, when you're the drummer, everybody in the band blames the drummer for everything.
Yeah.
The drummer, the guitar's out of tune. Hey, man, pick it up.
Yeah.
The audience is not reacting to the front guy enough. Come on, man, give me something. You're mad at your wife, your girlfriend. Damn, man, can't you give me something back there? You didn't like catering. Dang, drummer, come on, man, let's go. Every musician out there thinks he can come from what his instrument is and come and sit down at the drum kit. That's the only instrument. This instrument is where everybody thinks, oh, I can beat on stuff.
Yeah.
Every musician at one point was, I think I can play drums. You never see drummers, unless they are really great at playing other instruments, pick up somebody's trumpet, go pick up somebody's bass or guitar, if that's not their instrument. But every musician thinks he can do this. Because the best drummers make it look simple.
Yeah.
If you're out there twirling sticks, if you're doing that, you want attention.
Yeah.
That's cool if you want to be an attention-getter drummer. My thing is, if nobody's turning around and noticing me, that's when I'm doing my job.
Right.
So,
right.
Play, man, and just groove and hold them in there, groove them.
Yeah.
And if you keep it, because everybody solos, and especially in blues bands, guitar players, horn players, the drummer's job is not to be, you're not in a fusion band. Your job, you're in a soul band and a blues band. Lock us in, baby, so everybody can lock in.
Like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta, shuffles, did I get off point there?
Tony, I'm not going to stop you, even if you did, man. I'm just going to say that. This is all great. Let's talk about slow blues before we get into the more conceptual stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That slow blues, that's when you really want to kill a drummer. Because the mentality is, oh, it's just slow. Just keep the time slow. Don't put anything in it. If the guitar of course, BB would start it off with the pickup on the guitar. Bow, bow, bow. Hey, man. Hey, what's going on, man? See, that's what most guys think you can do because you're not, I'm just doing a slow beat.
Yeah.
So it's really nothing to do. No, you got to play with the pattern, the bass, listen to the horns, the swells, musicality. Beep, beep, beep. Get in there, man. Play.
Yeah.
You got to play.
Yeah.
You know, but most slow blues people play slow blues, they do this all the time. It kills me, this. And if you did that on B.B. King's stage and Bobby Blue Bland, and Albert King would really kill you.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you're dragging me down, dude.
Yeah.
And you go, well, I heard it that way on your record.
Yeah,
well,
I was
most of the
gonna say.
records,
Didn't he record something like that?
most of the records were recorded by some producer who had a pocket full of money and said, the record company said, BB or whoever, he's gonna produce you and he's the boss. So if the boss say, I like that, I'm gonna call in the best studio guy I know to do that, and then he records that. BB or whoever gets on stage, they say, hey man, listen, don't play that. I can't feel that. Well, why'd you record it that way? Don't worry about it. I just don't do it.
Yeah.
So now give me something to make it feel alive. So it's Albert King, you feel the difference in the
Big time.
pulse?
Yeah.
Albert King liked it even worse than that. It was like, bam, bam, bam. Feel it. You got to put some orchestration in it. You got to be alive. You can't play blues dead. I got the blues now. You gonna give me the blues too?
That's
No.
brilliant. Yeah.
Now this is a Tony Coleman. This is mine.
Okay.
The blues is the antidote to the blues. If you got the blues, you go to hear the blues to feel better.
Right.
You don't go to hear the blues to feel bluer.
Yeah. That's
It's
right.
like if you got bit by a very venomous, poisonous snake, you need some snake venom to make you better.
Yeah. Not a second snake bite.
So those are the little nuances that when I say guys aren't putting anything in the blues.
So what's that magical ingredient? What is it that you have that can make these beats just feel so good? Like that's the golden nugget there. If you're talking to students watching you right now, how do they get that feel? What is it that you're doing different?
Well, first of all, you have to remember it came from somewhere. It came from somewhere. If you want to play this music, and the thing I want to put emphasis on about blues music is the black woman's music in America. This is our culture. Because all of that hard work, being disrespected, beat upside the head, the civil rights movement, cotton pickers, illiterate, can't read or write, they got the blues. That's to get away from the blues. A lot of black people suffer so much. Old black people would hum, like from the church. When they're working, they're humming. Black people would hum in America. I don't want to have to kill this. I better hum about it, because if I say something, I'm going to kill you. So basically, you got to go to the culture.
Right.
Learn the culture. This is an indigenous art form. Blues is a culture. It's our culture.
Yeah.
It's more to it than just saying, I like the blues, I want to be the Blues Brothers, and put on my sunglasses. Hey, John Belushi and those guys were great. Dan Aykroyd, thank you for the Blues Brothers movie.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't just putting on sunglasses and putting on a hat and say, I'm playing the blues. You got to play from the culture, our culture.
Right.
And I didn't like the blues. I didn't want to hear about no old black folks stories. I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear James Brown or some funky. But then when I got with B.B. King and Albert and Bobby Blue Bland and all those guys, it was like, hey, man, this is serious business. You got to play it the way we play it. So to answer your question, if you want to learn how to play this the right way, go to guys like me who are serious and sincere and will show you and teach you and talk to you about it, as opposed to just, you can't just jump in an airplane and say, I'm going to fly. You know what I mean?
Right.
So go to the source.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what we're going to do in Drumeo. In the course you're going to teach, it's going to really dive into this style of music. and you're going to get listening recommendations, different grooves, different fills and
Sorry,
stuff. But
excuse me.
more importantly, it's the concept.
Yeah.
How do you actually get that feel? So for someone like me, all right, how would I start developing a feel like that? What would you suggest I do?
I would suggest you just play trumpet.
Oh, what a bird! Hey, you haven't heard me play trumpet.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm a mad trumpet
No, but
player.
seriously. Don't
So
worry
there's no
about
hope.
it. No.
That's what you're saying.
Anybody can learn. I just, like I said, I just would go and listen seriously to people like myself who are authorities on this and have been exposed to it and can teach you. But don't learn on your own and learn on the surface. Let me just say this, and I'm not trying to skate around your question. When Jamie Johnson asked me to play in his band, Jamie Johnson is country as a chicken coop, man. And I'm funky as a chicken coop. But he don't need funk, he need country.
Right.
So you know what I would do? I would go around Nashville, go to all the country bars and watch the country drummers.
Right.
And pay attention to them and listen to them and ask questions and go on YouTube and listen to Merle Haggard and everybody,
Right.
Waylon, everybody. And I knew a lot of those guys, but I would go and listen and ask questions and study it and teach myself by just being open to learning as opposed to being, I don't need to know all of that. I'm on the surface. I'm good enough. I got the video and I'm good to go. No, it doesn't work like that. That's for any genre of music. And real country is like blues. It's got its own flavor.
Right.
You got to learn the flavor and present it that way. And when someone in any art form tells you, you got it, you graduated, then you got it. So basically, all I'm saying, if you want to learn how to play what I'm playing, listen to the people who do it the real way and not the show way, because there's a lot of smoke and mirrors involved where you're not learning anything. Just be sure to remember, I need to put some feeling into it. I got to shuffle. If I hear the guitar player, but keep the basics, but add to it. That's your little flavor. Don't do it too much.
Yeah.
Just do it enough where it stands out and goes away.
Yeah.
But if you're constantly back there doing that, you become a nuisance to the guy up front who's trying to concentrate on feel good. And then you're back there going all over the place.
Right. So talk about this little flavor, the spice that you add, or the sprinkles on the cake. You had a great cake analogy the other day, or just before the lesson that you said. What are some examples of those sprinkles that you can add into this genre?
Well, let me just make this clear. I want to give you an example. Can I give you a little example of what I'm talking about?
Yeah, please.
The first professional, really serious gig, that I ever got was with soul singer Otis Clay, one of the best soul singers ever. And I played with all of them. And he was so serious into the blues soul that he was singing a song. He was singing a song, and he had a tear come out of his eyes.
Yeah.
I can't take it. He was into it, man. He was crying. But anyway, Otis is a soul singer. Check him out. He's like Al Green, Memphis stuff. He sang a song, Trying to Live My Life Without You, and it goes something like this. I smoke 5 packs of cigarettes a day. It's the hardest thing to put them away. Ba-da-ba-ba, 5 bottles of wine. Ba-da-da-da, I'm better all the time. Ba-da-ba-ba, trying to live my life without you. So that's the song. Just groove.
Yeah.
It's on the record. It feels good. Just groove, man. That's your job, to just play in the pocket, right? Now, at that particular time, I was into Billy Cobham, really heavy. I like, Stratus, and I like all of those guys, Lenny, they're like drummers, man. They're all over the place. So I'm like, he's trying to sing, and I'm going, and the man's trying to sing, and I'm back there doing all of that, and he's like,
You hear
okay.
that click. You hear that click.
Click! You one more roll, drum field, and I'm gonna show you where it's gonna be a field in that graveyard right here. No, but seriously, just put your little feelings where they come in just enough, not too much, where it enhances the music and make it feel good. Another thing, drummers, when you're playing, whether it's blues or whatever, in soul music, most music, there's a part where you have the intro and the vocals gets ready to start. We always hit that flam to bring it down.
Yeah.
So the band's bam.
Yeah.
Bring that bam. That's that stop, bang, groove.
Yeah. It's a lot of it's listening to what they're doing. not stepping over.
Listen to everybody on stage. Don't just listen to yourself.
I'm glad you sang now because we're gonna pull out a mic here for your last song. And Tony's a killer singer. I don't know if anyone knows that. He's a killer singer. And we're gonna get you to play us out with a song there. But let's recap here before we do wrap this up because we do gotta go soon. Basically, you got the sheet music there. Everyone has a sheet music. You can look at those 3 basic shuffles. Listen to how Tony played it, though, rather than just reading it from the page. Think about the tips that he gave you about feeling, about when to add stuff. I really like the fact that every time you play, you're singing in your head. You're singing that 12-bar blues. You have something going on. Listen to this style of music. Get engulfed in the culture of it.
Most drummers, because we're in the back most of the time, we're in the back, except when you get your own band like Levon Helm, Buddy Miles, Karen Carpenter, Phil Collins, Don Henley, whoever. You can put your drum kit out front, but until that day comes, your ass is in the back. You're supposed to listen and hold everybody together. And most drummers listen so intently, they know the lyrics to the song.
Yeah.
Most drummers can write down the lyrics. Oh, this is what's happening. If you're really paying attention,
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty much what we do. We're the Eagles of the group, the Hawks.
The Hawks.
We're the music Hawks.
Yeah. One last tip from you, Tony.
Yes.
What can you give to beginners who may have never played blues, maybe don't listen to blues that often, and they want to get into this style? What do you say to them?
What I would tell them is go get Tony Coleman's book.
Even better, sign up to Drumeo. We're going to do an
Go to Drumeo and listen to this.
updated version of this with play-alongs and everything. But yeah, we're going to talk
No,
about
but
that.
what I would recommend is, seriously, listen to whatever genre of music it is. Go listen to the people that do it and ask questions and study that. And just always be open to criticism and suggestions, and you'll learn something. But if you reject what people tell you, you won't get anywhere. Because I rejected BB 5 times. He sent me home because I rejected him.
Because you rejected him. Is that the way it went, Tony?
Tony Coleman, son, I want you to play like this. I don't want to play like that, man. Well, why don't you go home and think about it?
Before we wrap up, what was the biggest lesson you learned from B.B. King?
That you're a musician is for the people. It's not about you. And I'm not trying to piss off jazz musicians, but most jazz situations is, ladies and gentlemen, look how great I am. Look how awesome I am. Look how quiet I can play. Hear that? Shh, look at him. He's amazing. oh my goodness, he's phenomenal. He can play with a drumstick stuck in his butt. I'm just saying, most jazz situations is about me, how great I am on my instruments.
Right.
On my instrument. With this music, blues, country, rock and roll, soul music, it's about me making you feel good. That's what we do. We're here to make people, we lift people up. When you come hear us, it's about you. It's not about us. And BB taught me that it's not about you, son. It's about those people that paid for those tickets.
Yeah.
You know, here, come here, bring your head over here a minute. Psst, let some of the air out of it. It's big enough, dude.
Oh, man. Wise words, Tony. Wise words, buddy. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
And thank everybody for checking it out, you know.
Absolutely. And if you're watching this on YouTube land somewhere, make sure you come over to drumeo.com, because that's where we're going to post a whole course on. This is just scratching the surface. This is just the introduction, basic blues, basic shuffles, but we're going to dive a lot more in depth into it. And again, you can follow Tony. If you like what you saw here outside of Drumeo, you can go to tonytccoleman.com. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Go to tonytccoleman.com. You can find him on Facebook as well. Get his Tony Coleman band albums. They're great. Absolutely fantastic music, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And we're going to close this lesson out with another song from that called Blues and Soul.
Music.
Yeah. It's great because he played this before we were live, and I was within the first chorus, I was already singing it. So it's got a great hook, and you're going to hear Tony sing. So again, thanks all for watching. Drumeo.com/trial. Check out more with Tony, and we'll see you guys all later. Tony, you ready for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the mic over to you. What you looking for? You looking for the mic?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
The blues had a baby, they named it rock and roll. I like my blues funky with a whole lot of soul. The blues had
That's what I'm talking about.
I never had a